You wake up drained and every day starts blurring together. You're surrounded by people twice your age and they'll say things like, it's not great, but it's a job, or at least it's stable. They're not chasing anything, they're just surviving.
Yeah, that shit right there kills me. Like I think I was still 18 thinking I wanted to do like ortho or like dental hygiene and shit. And I asked, it was an older black man who's the dentist who came in and everything, and I was asking him questions because I was thinking about doing like job shadow. Oh, that's right, I was still in high school, like about to get out. I asked him, I was just like, so how is it that like y'all got to be in these professional settings and you just like, you're so monotone? And I'm not saying that you guys are boring, but I just feel like how do you do this every day? And to amount it up, what the man told me is that if the bag is right, you will conform. And basically, to sum up what he told me, and I was immediately like, something ain't right about that. Like, people always be talking about what kind of job you should want or what type of job you should do, like all kind of shit like that. But it's like, bro, what do you want though? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we got number three. What's poppin', yo? Good evening. It's the man GitzCuddy Unhinged. What's happening? And tonight, for the 3 of 3 for the batch, we got types of people after high school, uploaded by Cheats. I thought that said Cheeks with a K. Now, we already know if you out of high school, or if you on your way out, you're gonna see these people all the time. Or these types of people rather. I would say, where do I fall? I remember the good old days for certain, but don't be the one that's the highlight of your life, bro. Again, when you get out, you got to start doing shit immediately, because it's like you're not going to keep having canon events on autopilot no more, because you're not just in a controlled environment with a bunch of other people doing shit all the time. You feel me? So you will see a lot of people get stuck on that, especially because that was the best shape or the best that they ever looked in their life before they even got to experience real life as an adult. Ain't that crazy? But let's go ahead and see what Cheats is talking about. These are the type of people after high school.
You did it. You graduated. You survived 4 years of awkward class presentations, school lunches that probably violated the Geneva Convention, and your Discord group chat did not get leaked. But now you're out.
My nigga Saul.
And suddenly that question hits like a truck. So what's next? Some people sprint toward college like it's the finish line. Others clock into a job 2 days later like, yep, this is life now. And then there's the rest of us just sitting in our rooms like,
I did both.
should I start a podcast or a pyramid scheme? Let's talk about it. The types of people after high school and how weird this phase of life actually is. Starting off, we have the college dreamer. These are kids that always knew they were going to college. They had a dream school, a major, a life plan, a backup plan, and a backup for their backup. They got their dorm set up off Pinterest.
Somewhat, yeah, pretty much.
Chris joined a Discord server for their class before orientation and had the roommate's name memorized before they even graduated high school. Fast forward a few weeks and it's like, yeah, I'm 14 grand in debt, I hate my major, and my roommate's been coughing since the second week of school. College is cool if you know what you're doing, but most people don't. Most people just go because they're told to by parents, teachers, guidance counselors, and the ghost of the American dream. And
yeah, we was getting we were being conditioned from, I would say, like 4th or 5th grade all the way through senior year. We're college bound. Everybody is going to be successful. Everybody is going to go to college and get a degree and be successful functioning humans in the environment. All that, you know what I'm saying? I forgot we used to say some shit after the Pledge of Allegiance. We used to say it was like a pledging to college kind of Pledge of Allegiance kind of thing. Like, bro, it was.
Now you're paying 40 grand a year just to cry in a communal bathroom. Fun times. But then there's the people who skip college and go straight into the workforce. They start working warehouse jobs, retail, construction, whatever gets the bills paid. They're making money, stacking checks, and eating out every night because they still live at home and only have 3 bills. At first it sounds smart. You're making money right away, no student loans hanging over your head, and your weekends are free if you're lucky. You start thinking, hey, this might actually be a better path. But then the reality sets in. The hours are long, the pay isn't as life-changing as you thought, you're constantly tired physically and mentally, you go home drained, you wake up drained, and every day starts blurring together. You're surrounded by people twice your age who have been there since—
Bro, yeah. It didn't really start feeling like that because, like you said, this is the skipper option, but like it doesn't start blurring together until that's all you're doing. Like, if you're not doing shit else with your time, it's that you're definitely gonna feel like you're in this cycle of like, you almost feel like a robot. Like, these people, let me see what he's about to say about the Walmart folks, because it sounded like these are like the people you see every day. But what about him?
home drained, you wake up drained, and every day starts blurring together. You're surrounded by people twice your age who have been there since before you were even born, and they'll say things like, it's not great, but it's a job, or at least it's stable. They're not chasing anything, they're just surviving.
Yeah, that shit right there kills me. Like, I'm gonna tell you all a story right quick in the middle of all this. So in the midst of this, it was right after high school. Like, I think I was still 18. And I was doing like my regular routine cleaning at the dentist, and I was like, because I was thinking I wanted to do like ortho or like do like dental hygiene and shit. And I asked, it was an older black man who's the dentist who came in and everything, and I was asking him questions because I was thinking about doing like job shadow. And oh, that's right, I was still in high school, like about to get out, and I was asking about doing job shadow for like community stuff and everything for credits. And he was asking, I asked him, I was just like, so how is it that like y'all got to be in these professional settings and you just like you're so monotone? And I'm not trying to call a nigga boring. No, I'm trying to tell y'all how I told him, but I was just like, I'm not saying that you guys are boring, but I just feel like how do you do this every day? And to amount it up, what the man told me is that if the bag is right, you will conform. And basically, to sum up what he told me. And I was immediately like starting to ask questions like, something ain't right about that. Like, people always be talking about what kind of job you should want or what type of job you should do, like all kind of shit like that. But it's like, bro, what do you want though? You know what I mean?
And then that's when it hits you. This isn't a launch pad. This is where people stay because they don't have time, energy, or options left to go anywhere else. It becomes routine. Wake up, commute, work, home, sleep. Do that for the rest of your life with maybe 2 weeks off per year if your boss approves the PTO. And for a lot of people, the scariest part isn't even the job itself. It's the idea that you could blink and suddenly be like 40, still there, still stuck, wondering what your life could have been if you'd done something else. Then there's that.
That's my biggest thing. Once I hit 21, I was pondering because we just got out of lockdown. And once 22 hit, I was like, bro, I'm going to do everything that I possibly can while I'm walking this earth. I'm going to learn how to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to go see A, B, C. I'm going to get me some G and build me a family. You feel me? At least. But everything else, man, because there's too much shit to see and too much shit to do. You, like he said, you get maybe 2 weeks off if your boss approves PTO. Like, that's living life to you, my nigga. Like, that's not living life to me. That's living where being told what to do.
The one who said, I'm taking a gap year. Not because they couldn't go to college, not because they had a plan, but because they needed to find themselves, to travel, to breathe, to experience the world. You ask them where they're going and they'll hit you with, I'm thinking Europe or maybe Southeast Asia. You know, go off the grid for a bit. 6 months later, they haven't gone further than the local Taco Bell. They wake up at 2 p.m., scroll TikTok for 3 hours.
Yep, that's out over here. I still see the same folks, man. I still see the same folks. I wanted to move states so bad. It's still in the books, but bro, you see the same folks and they'll be like, it'll be funny because you'll see them and like me, I don't really age. So it's like, I do obviously, but it just doesn't appear as such. And you'll see them 1 year, and then you'll see them again in 2 years, probably at the same store that you saw them at 2 years ago. Hairline is receded, niggas done gained weight. I gained some weight myself, I ain't gonna lie, but I got a little bit of bulk, a tiny bit of bulk, because I don't really be doing that. But yeah, bro, maybe this is like you just losing stats, like you just staying in the same spot losing stats because you ain't gaining no XP.
Hours, and then tweet something deep like healing isn't linear. Their idea of working on themselves is watching 3-hour video essays on YouTube about movies they've never seen. They downloaded Duolingo to learn French but stopped after bonjour. They keep saying they're gonna start a clothing brand, and they did design one hoodie in Canva that they haven't posted because they're waiting for the right vibe. And listen, there's no shame in taking a break. Sometimes that time off is necessary, especially if school has burnt you out. But the problem is this break becomes your whole life. You know, 1 month becomes 3 becomes 6, and before you know it, they've built a full routine around doing absolutely nothing. Wake up late, stare at a wall, play some Valorant, hit up their local gas station for dinner, and repeat. But they'll keep saying, trust me, bro,
they say
got
what?
Plans. And when you ask what those
Man, no, I've heard that from one too many folks. That shit is scary. That is like, because like he said about the working at Walmart shit, you blink and it's been 5, 10 years already, and you be like, how did this happen?
Plans are,
Ain't
it's
no
always
shit.
vague. Big things coming. I'm in a building phase right now. No, you're not. You're in pajamas at 4 p.m. They'll talk about launching something like they're Elon Musk, but the closest thing they've launched is
If you're a content creator, you can be in pajamas at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., etc. But
a
let's not
DoorDash
get
order. They keep referencing the economy like it's the reason they haven't made a move yet. Like, I mean, with inflation the way it is right now, bro, you don't even pay for gas. What are you talking about? And look, we've all been there to some extent. You know, the weird limbo phase. You're technically free. You don't owe anyone anything. You're just kind of floating. And for a while, that can feel amazing. You're not answering to teachers. You're not stuck in a classroom. You're not dealing with exams or deadlines. But if you're not careful, that float becomes a free fall. You stop making decisions. You stop trying, and you convince yourself that you're waiting for the right moment when really you're just scared to start. Gap years are fine, resting is fine, vibing is fine, but if your gap year turns into a gap decade and your life plan still revolves around a clothing brand that does not exist yet, maybe it's time to clock back in. Next up, we have the friend who straight up disappears after high school. High school ends and this person vanishes like it's a Marvel post-credit scene. 1 minute they were at every hangout.
Bro, that nigga was an NPC. They were just there filling space. Like, they were like in the credits, like background character number 7 and shit. Like, they is never there to
every
begin
group
with.
chat, every chaotic late night Discord call, then poof, they're gone. They stop replying, they leave the Snap group chat without saying a word. They're not mad, they're not beefing, they just dipped. At first you're like, maybe they're busy, but then weeks turn into months, birthdays go by, inside jokes get forgotten. And the next time you think of them is because Instagram reminded you with one of those weird people you may know stories where they're standing in front of a Jeep with a quote like, only forward from here. Then one day out of nowhere you run into them. Target, gas station, Taco Bell, doesn't matter. And it's the weirdest.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a friend like this. It wasn't from high school, but he was an old coworker of mine, and he kind of did like he got his shit up off the ground. He started doing some business, and then just like he said, just literally just left the group chat. Like niggas was like, where the fuck did he go? And you see him at the store and shit. He act like shit is smooth. Like, oh shit, what's up, bro? What's up? Shit, how you doing? Won't hear from that nigga again though. Like, something off with that. I don't understand that.
Oh my god, how have you been? Good, I'm just working a lot, grinding. Yeah, grinding what? No one knows. You're half expecting them to tell you they're a freelance monk or something. And the thing is, they're not weird or rude or distant when you see them again. They're chill, they're polite. It's like catching up with a coworker you forgot you used to be best friends with. You part ways with some, awkward let's hang soon energy, knowing damn well it's never happening. And it's not a bad thing really. It's just what happens. People drift, they move towns, they get new jobs, new circles, new priorities, but it still hits you sideways when someone who was in your life every single day just becomes a memory. You start realizing how many friendships were based on proximity, not purpose. Y'all weren't soulmates, y'all just sat next to each other in biology for 4 years. And it's weird because when it happens, you think you did something wrong. Like, did I say something? Did I forget to reply to something important? No, they're just on a different path now, and that's okay. It still stings, but it's okay. Eventually, you'll be that person to someone else too. You'll vanish from their life, pop up months later. Yo, it's been a minute, DM with no explanation. And that's just how life moves.
Yeah, I was just saying that my last video, like, I just like to I got a habit of doing that where I'll just like go hermit and just to go straight work. But then when I hit up the homies or like be trying to do something fun, I'm just trying to have fun consistently. I don't like do both and go back and forth. Like, I just be on grind mode or I'm in chill mode. It's a good balance that you're supposed to have, but it's not really good for maintaining relationships with friends or in romantic situations either. It's pretty bad.
Because for high school, friendships stop being automatic. You actually have to put effort in, and if neither of you do, that bond just fades. Not out of malice or hatred, just out of life. Sorry, I'll try to keep it lighthearted, not to get too existential with you guys. All right, next up we got the bum. There's the gap year person, and then there's their final form, the bum. Because the gap year person pretends that there's a plan. The bum, they're not even pretending anymore. They're in a deep void, no goals, no job, no plan, just vibes, vape clouds, and a mattress on the floor. Their sleep's
bro, and them niggas stay on vacation with no money, no funds, no job, and they still have money for gas and flights. Where are y'all getting that? Who is funding this shit? And it be grown ass men. Like, who the fuck is funding this? Like, that shit is nuts to me.
schedule doesn't exist. They just collapse at random. They've watched 18 seasons of Grey's Anatomy this month alone. Every day is just a blur of TikToks, microwave burritos, and nah, I'll do it tomorrow. You ask them what they're up to and they'll go, just chilling lately, trying to figure stuff out. Bro, it's been a year. What are you trying to figure out? Shapes? They'll randomly bring up business ideas that sound like fever dreams. Like, I might start a CBD candle line. I've been looking into like vending machines and passive income, you know? You look over and they're watching a 6-hour YouTube documentary on crypto by a guy named Finance Daddy. They haven't applied to a single job, not because they're unqualified, but because they haven't updated their resume since 10th grade when they worked at Chuck E. Cheese for 2 weeks. And here's the thing, it didn't start this way. Most of the time, the bum used to be the gap year person. They took a break to chill and then just never got back up. It's like when your computer goes into sleep mode but never wakes back up. That's them. It's being stuck in like a permanent loading screen. And that's kind of the post-high school lineup. There's definitely some people I haven't covered, so 10,000 likes for a part 2. Whether you're in college pretending to take notes on a Zoom class or working 10-hour shifts debating if a Costco membership counts as an investment, you're not alone. None of us know what we're doing, and the ones that do, they're probably faking it better than the rest of us. Everyone moves at their own pace. Some people...
Hey man, I ain't never as soon as I started working, it was all gas, no brakes. I have slowed down, but that's just because I was cruising. I ain't never stopped and I can't now. It's pros and cons to start working as soon as you turn 16. Pros, you will have money. Cons, your free time is now in the ether. It's gone. Unless you unless you try to make ways for it to work for you, of course. But let me just finish this video off and let me see what you got to say. Jump ahead and
crash. Some fall behind and catch up later. Some disappear and come back with a beard and a business. But no matter where you're at, just don't get stuck. Don't let temporary become forever. Don't let comfort become your cage. And definitely don't convince yourself that burnout means you're just mature. That's not maturity. That's just poor hygiene and caffeine addiction. So take your time, take a nap, take a risk. But whatever you do, don't take advice from that one guy selling a $97 course on how to escape the Matrix. Okay, goodbye.
There you have it. Now, if you're out of high school, if you apply to any of these, what do you think that you fall under? Because I know some of you niggas is bums. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you said, you're just trying to figure something out, but you got to get up and move, my guy. You got to do something. You can't be sitting still for too long. It's going to eat you alive. But yep, that's it, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the vid. I got plenty more to come, and I got plenty more that y'all can go recap on. If you want to have a little laugh or have a little bit of mental stimulation, of course, go ahead and check those out. And I'll see y'all next time, bro. You have a good night, bro. Peace.